and welcome back to another video. I'm joined today with a special guest, which is Ebony Joelle. Would you like to give an introduction about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Ebony Jonelle. I graduated from LIPA in 2018. I did the acting course. I also did the foundation before that. After graduating, I've worked in regional theatres. I worked at the National Theatre, and I most recently did Les Mis, both on tour and the concert that was in London.
Great. So I basically just asked my Instagram followers just to give you a few questions. So let's just jump in with them. So the first one is, where is the best place you have toured with Les Mis?
The best place I toured. We actually didn't go to loads of cities because we got shut down because of COVID. But I really enjoyed Cardiff. That was really, really nice. There's loads of places to eat. It's great for socials and stuff like that. So that was really nice. And I lived in a really good house with some of the castmates. So that was really good. Where else did we go? Switzerland was great for sightseeing because there's like so many mountains to walk up, great fondue. So that was really nice. But overall, I think Cardiff, because the theatre was really good as well. Everyone who worked there was really nice, and it was really like light and airy, and it kind of felt a little bit more homely than a few of the other places, which was good.
Yeah, like the Cardiff Millennium Centre, I think is known for being one of the biggest theatres in the UK.
Yeah, it was really, really nice.
Yeah, like from pictures that you see of the outside of it, it just looks absolutely stunning when it's lit up at night.
Yeah, it really is.
It's one of the most beautiful theatres that I could ever imagine. So the next one is, how did you feel when you got asked to be a part of the Les Mis staged concert?
Great. It was a nice surprise. But yeah, when I got the phone call, it was just really nice to be asked because there's so many people that have gone through the Les Mis doors, so they have like a big pool of people they could ask. So it was yeah, it felt really good.
Yeah, I can imagine what it was like to do it during a pandemic as well.
Yeah, I know it was great, but they were so on it with all the COVID testing. We literally got tested every 48 hours. Yeah, I felt really safe. It was good.
Yeah, it's good. And didn't Cameron McIntosh like knock a wall through the Gielgud and the Sondheim?
Yeah, so basically half the cast were in the Gielgud dressing rooms and half the cast were in the Sondheim dressing rooms. Just so we could be more spaced out, and our green room was the Gielgud stage. So obviously that's really open and has loads of space. And I think there was like a really reduced capacity per dressing room. So mine and Shan's dressing room usually had 4 people in, but obviously it was just us 2, which was really good.
Great. So the next one is, what was it like working with the likes of Alfie Boe, Michael Ball, Carrie Hope Fletcher, and Matt Lucas?
It was great. It was really, really good. They're all so, so lovely and like incredibly talented. So yeah, it was really cool to like watch them work and like be on the same stage as people that I've like grown up watching. Alfie Boe is one of the nicest people ever. So yeah, it was a really good experience, and hopefully I'll get to work with them again in the future.
Hopefully, when COVID goes, you can hopefully all get back on stage together.
Yeah, 100%.
So the next thing is, what is the most embarrassing moment that has ever happened to you on stage?
Embarrassing moment. I mean, there's been a few times when like my skirts come undone on stage, and then you just kind of have to ask. You just kind of have to like get someone's attention and just be like, my skirt's come undone, please can you do it up for me, because you can't really like fiddle about with it, but someone else can cover it up by like kind of just going behind you and doing it. So there's been a few times when that's happened, but apart from that, it's been really good. I think I've been quite lucky with my experiences. A few people have had a few mishaps, but I've, touch wood, been okay so far.
Great. So, what would you say to a young person who wants to go into musical theatre?
100% do it. Pursue it. There's so many things that you can do to get involved. You can do amateur dramatics, you can have singing lessons, you can have dance lessons, you can get in contact with a few people who are performers that you really like, because I know a lot of people do singing lessons and stuff like that. you know, there's so much stuff you can do at school and all the way up to drama school and beyond. So just like absolutely get involved. The more you do, the more experience you'll have. So just, in the words of Nike, just do it.
So, one that I'm asking everyone is, what show would you like to see after lockdown?
What show would I like to see? I'm definitely going to see Frozen. I think that'd be really good. I really wanted to see Pretty Woman as well. I'm trying to think. I didn't have tickets for anything because I was working. So I'm definitely going to see Carrie and Cinderella. I think that will be amazing. So yeah, there's definitely a few shows on my list. I think the first one will probably be Cinderella. Actually, I think that's the first one that will open.
Yeah, my top ones are definitely Cinderella and Frozen, just because Carrie and Oliver are like my idols.
Oh yeah, Ollie's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like my complete idols.
Yeah, they're so lovely.
Yeah, they really are. I actually met Carrie once.
Oh yeah, I saw one of your videos actually.
Yeah, it was
How,
it was one,
where was that?
it was one of the most weirdest things ever. So I went to see Jamie,
Oh
and
yeah.
and she was like walking to go back into the Gielgud. And then next thing you know, it's just like bang slap, and I'm like, oh my god, this is not happening. It was just one of the most bizarre moments of my life, and I just like instantly run my mum. I was like, Mom, you won't believe what happened.
I mean, that's what happens in London. You're going to bump into someone.
Yeah, like I went down to London for a normal 2-show day, and then next thing you know, I meet my idol. It's like, what? So the next one that I'm also asking everyone is, what is your opinion on stunt casting?
On stunt casting, I mean, I don't really like it, but I think as long as the person can do the job well, then that's fine. I mean, I think there have been situations where the job hasn't necessarily been done to the best of its ability purely for the stunt casting. So I think if the person is capable of doing the job, then no qualms, because they're capable of it and deserve the role. But I think when people are cast purely for their name and not necessarily for their ability, that's when it's a bit of a shame, I think.
Yeah, like I was talking with someone the other day, and we was like talking about James Corden being in every single movie, music,
Everything.
and we said that basically Into the Woods, we loved him in, but the prom, I don't think it was the right role for him.
Yeah, I just think it's a bit unimaginative. There's so many people who are capable, and I think producers think that bringing these names in will bring an audience, and to an extent they do. But I mean, if you really love theatre, I think you'll see it for anyone. You won't see it for the name. So
Yeah, because like the prom, it had the likes of Meryl Streep and
yeah, it had a great cast. It had a really good cast.
yeah, it really did. I can't stop watching it.
That's
I really cannot stop watching it.
been a great one that's come out over lockdown. There's been so much great content, and that was one that I waited for on Netflix.
Yeah, I actually made a video with it, and I was just like, right, I am staying up until midnight until that comes out. It was just one of those. As soon as it was announced, I was like, right, that's it. I'm staying up till it's on.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Jamie. I really can't wait for that film to come out.
Yeah.
Like that was meant to be coming out next week, I think it was, but obviously it's been postponed.
Yes, so many things have been delayed, which is a shame, but it means that when it does come out, there'll be so many more people that can see it and stuff like that. So it'll be worth it.
Yeah. So another question that's been asked is, do you believe that you have to train to be in musical theatre?
No, I don't think you have to train to do anything really. I think it really, really helps. It's definitely worthwhile training and pursuing that and looking into it and seeing if that's the best option for you. But I don't think it's 100% necessary if that's not what you want to do, or if you don't have the money. There's definitely other avenues that you can go down. It's super beneficial, and I'm really glad that I trained. But if it's not for you and you can't afford it or anything like that, then there's definitely other ways that you can pursue a career.
Great. So another question that I've got for you is, what is it like touring with the longest running musical?
It was great. It was really good. I mean, all the shows were basically sold out because of the show that it was, which was really nice to be performing to full audiences every day. Um, it's got such a big name, and friends that I have in cities from university or whatever all had tickets because of the show that it was. People were like, "Oh, my family have tickets, my parents have tickets," even before I was cast, which was really nice, just because there was loads of people that I knew that were coming to see it. But yeah, it's got the musical itself has such a buzz around it, so it's really it's people fall in love with it straight away, and it just means so much to so many different people. So it's nice to be part of that, and it's like a massive family. People who are in my cast and people who are in other casts and who did it 20 years ago. um yeah, you always kind of come back to that show, so it is like just something special for so many different people for so many different reasons, so it's really nice to be a part of that.
Yeah, when I first heard about Les Mis, it was when my cousin was in an amateur production of it.
Yeah, it was the first and last amateur dramatic show that I did, as in like I did it when I was 10 and then I did it when I was like 19.
Yeah, so I saw my cousin in it, and when I was watching it, I was like, I love this show. I need to see this done professionally.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually went to see the UK tour in Liverpool.
Oh yeah, we were there. We had our rehearsals in Liverpool.
Yeah,
So that was like kind of just before cast change.
yeah, I went to see it in Liverpool, and Killian, I think it was Killian that was Jean Valjean,
Yeah.
and the cast was just absolutely incredible. Like,
Yeah, they were great. Yeah, we saw a few of their shows before we switched casts, and yeah, they were really great.
so another question is, do you have any pre-show rituals?
Pre-show rituals. I'm trying to think what if us guys did anything. Not really, just like making sure everyone has like a good show, just wishing everyone a good show. Me and Shan before the concert used to do a little mantra. We used to say, "I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm loved, I'm successful." And we do that in the dressing room, but sometimes I was a bit late, so we do it just before we went on stage with a few of the girls as well. So yeah, that was always really nice because it was like a nice calming way to like start the show, which is good.
Yeah, I think she did that with Carrie and Lily and Katie the first
Yeah,
round. I remember.
yeah, it's definitely a Shan thing.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on one of Carrie's videos, and I was just,
Uh-huh.
yep, that is a ritual.
Yeah.
It's like one of the best things that you can do as well.
Yeah, it
Like,
was really nice.
because it's like you're happy in your job, you're healthy, you're successful being in one of the longest running musicals, and you're loved by all your cast members. It just like fits
Yeah.
into the process of it.
It's nice when you put it like that.
Yeah. So the next one is, what was it like making your West End debut in a global pandemic?
It was cool. It was nice. It's nice to know that it's possible to work while everything's kind of going a bit crazy. I felt, like I said before, I felt really, really safe. It was odd in the sense that, usually we do a show and we go to the pub afterwards, and we couldn't do that at all. So that was a bit different, but we still all found a way to like really socialize with each other within the walls of the theatre, and like really get on with each other, which was really nice. And also the production itself is is like super ensemble heavy, so like everyone's on stage basically all the time, so you're just surrounded by everyone all the time, which kind of makes it easier to keep that social side of things. I think that would be the biggest difference, just having that lack of ability to like really bond with people outside the theatre. But apart from that, it was great. The audience was great. Everybody was really responsive and really seemed to really enjoy it. And as far as I'm aware, everyone felt really safe. We could see the audience, everyone was wearing masks and distanced, and when we were backstage, we were all wearing masks and stuff like that. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience. But I obviously take it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. like it's your West End debut, like pandemic or not, at least you can say, "Oh, I've made my West End debut now."
Yeah, 100%.
Like I'm pretty sure that there was quite a few cast members who made
Yeah.
their debut.
Yeah, and I think most of us were actually from the tour cast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was, I think maybe all of us were from the tour cast. There was like 6 of us, I think, 7 of us, that all made our debut in that opening night, which was really, really nice.
Yeah, I can imagine. And what was it like only performing to a 50% capacity? Was it still the same or?
It honestly felt like a full audience. Everyone was so loud and so responsive, and you can still hear people crying and see people crying, so the audience is really loving it. But it did honestly look to us really full, so I would be more than happy to perform to 50% capacity if that's the life we live now. Yeah, it was fine. Couldn't really tell a difference.
Like full capacity, 50% capacity, you've still got that audience with you. So
exactly.
So you know that you're not just performing to an empty theatre.
Yeah.
So the next one is, how have you managed to stay stagey during lockdown?
I mean, it is quite hard, but I shove on a backing track on YouTube and sing in my bedroom quite a lot. I've been like, just doing like musical theatre, like dance workouts and stuff like that. Trying to get a bit of writing done. Yeah, there's lots of things that it's possible. But yeah, mostly just having a good old belt in the bedroom.
I think that's how like everyone's keeping sane. Like I know people are doing workshops or one-to-ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's just trying to find some way when you're not in a theatre to keep yourself sane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
It's one of them things. Like I'm obsessed with going to the theatre, and I last went to the theatre on the 5th of March, and it was to see Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
Oh yeah.
I have been a bit naughty and watched about 50,000 bootlegs.
I mean, it's got to be done at this point.
But I've got to keep myself sane.
Yeah.
So the next question is, if you could play any other character in Les Mis, who would it be and why?
I think it would be Fantine. Because I think her journey is just, as a character, her journey is great. It's insane. She goes from being this like wholesome kind of woman to absolutely nothing, completely disheveled by the life that she's led, sacrificing herself for her child, and spoiler alert. But yeah, I think it would be that track. Also, she has a fat break in the middle of, for the majority of the show, which is quite nice, to have some dressing room time. But yeah, that track would definitely be one of the ones that I would really like to have a go at. Yeah. And one of the songs of the show.
So another question is, what is your dream role?
Dream role? Probably Fantine. I don't know. There's quite a lot. I think I'd quite like to originate something or do something completely new, rather than something that's been done loads of times before. But I think a dream role would be something completely new with like an original cast recording. That would be great. That'd be really cool.
Have you got any behind the scenes stories that you can share or want to share?
Behind the scenes stories. I'm trying to think if we've got any behind the scenes drama. When we were on tour, we backstage we'd play a Hunger Games game, which is basically like there was like different methods of essentially like killing each other, Hunger Games style, with like poison. You'd like put a little bit of paper on someone's drink that said poison. If they drank from it, then they'd be dead. And like you just had to get rid of everyone basically and be the winner. But that was quite intense because there was a time when we were in Cardiff that everyone was scared of everyone, because you were just scared of basically getting killed by anyone, and you really wanted to win, and it was so competitive. So that was nice. That was like a nice little bit of backstage fun that we had. Apart from that, there's not been really anything. We're just really chill. Lots of day trips. yeah, a few bits of romance between different cast members, but apart from that, yeah, it's all chill.
I think everyone ends up getting like a show romance type of thing.
Yeah, showmance has to be done.
Yeah. So the final question that got asked was, have you ever missed your cue to go on stage?
No, but I have been very close quite a few times. I everyone will say I'm notoriously a cut it to the line kind of person. A lot of people will obviously be on stage at the 5 ready, whatever, like just before my cue I'll still be buttoning up my shirt. That's probably why my skirt comes undone, because it's just not done properly. But yeah, I have pushed it, but I don't think I've been late. That's actually, no, I have been late once, and it was for my cover run for Madame Thenardier in Cardiff, but there was no audience in, and there was like music underneath. There was just a vamp, so the vamp just kind of went, and everyone was kind of like, "Shouldn't Ebony be on stage now?" And I was like, "Oh!" And I had to like run and like grab the child that I was going on with and go on stage. But it wasn't too dramatic, so it was fine, and it was yeah, it was not in front of an audience, which is great. It was the right time for me to have done that.
Great. So that comes to the end of the questions. So I'm just going to give you a quick fire round.
Yep.
So, favorite musical?
Off the top of my head, Miss Saigon.
Plays or musicals?
Say again.
Plays or musicals?
Musicals.
West End or Broadway?
West End.
Favorite theatre you have performed in?
Potentially Millennium Centre Wales.
And the final one is cereal soup.
Say again.
Is cereal soup?
Is cereal soup? No. Soup's hot.
This has been a debate for as long as I can remember.
Is cereal soup? I've literally never heard that before. But then I say soup's hot, but then, so's porridge. So no, I categorically say cereal is not soup.
Yeah, I said the same thing. As soon as I saw that, I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, I first saw it from the Tour Queens from 6, and it was Maddie and Lauren Burns' reaction was just, it was hilarious. I had to scream.
Yeah, no, cereal is definitely not soup. In my mind, soup is soup has to be savoury. And cereal kind of has to be sweet.
It's cereal, in my opinion.
Yeah. I wouldn't have soup for breakfast, but I could have cereal at any point in the day.
It's like one of those things that you just don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So that comes to the end of the video. Thank you for doing this.
Great. No worries. Thank you so much for asking me. It's been fun. It's been great.
So there you go, guys. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all soon for another video.